Thank you very much. Oh, the wigs are getting undonned.
For those of you listening at home, we are wearing wigs.
Very big, fluffy, white.
75% of us.
Well, all right. Sorry. Yeah. So we're from New Jersey. We're High Council. We got more songs here. Another one called "False Prophet."
Sticking with the leg.
Bob's gonna take it away.
Riding it out.
But encountered the wretched wicked ones, oh yeah, bring me your name. Skin like rough leather, lacerated lesions, yeah, come to the stage. Step right up and make your ailments known. I'm your ticket-taking miracle, master of the septic carnival. They just set the jackpot, makes you roll. Close and waiting, struggling to breathe again. Bring me your ill, which knocks upon the mind, but never shall ye find a door to rival mine. Step right up and make your ailments known. I'm your ticket-taking miracle. For our show to cure your health, and all it takes is all your wealth, and the cure is always worse than the disease.
You can't tell us the radio audience, but we're doing some Circus OA stuff up in here.
You are on WVBR FM Ithaca. This is the last exit for the Lost.
No, you gotta do it this way. You are on WVBR Ithaca, and this is the last exit for the Lost. WVBR.
This is WVBR. Rickman Radio. I can't say that, can I?
This is final entry.
just listening to Final Entry.
On WVBR.
Right, so this next song is a song that many people will be hearing. I mean, and likely many people are hearing all these songs for the first time, but this is Nixon's new song, so this is kind of like a little bit of High Council history right here. This song is called Ember. Radio debut. She rides ahead and leaves this place on a path the entrance known, but to an end beyond mortal ken, like an iron nail through the rainbow veil, to look on but not to go. At the last, alone, with all hope destroyed, summoned by the void, to look on but not to go. So, with the exception of that last song, all of these are off our most recent release. We Are High Council, and that CD is called Hell and Contempt. You'll notice there's a theme here, but that's okay.
Taking the wig off for this one.
Yeah.
That's 2 down, 2 to go.
And when we say wigs, we didn't mean like we don't actually have hair. We just like these big judicial serious. Ever so you can't even see how serious we are. Powdered wigs. I mean, starched even. It's just clouds of starch and it's getting in everything.
And we are going to play.
We'll never be invited back.
We're going to play this song while performing a human period. All right. Hup, 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 hup.
Stormchaser. As I gaze upon the sea, a chill runs through my bones. 'Cause I know that from this day I walk the world alone. The fires of vengeance burning bright ignite within my soul. I swear to you, oh sea and sky, I shall make you pay for what you stole. Pay for what you said you do, and I shall be made whole. I will find the timeless, sightless one and see your cruel divinity undone. Not a word she offered me, but she sensed in me no fear. When she handed me a cryptic key within a mystic sphere, I hired a crew of desperate men. A wretched sight were they, and we set sail for parts unknown before the break. Demon of the sea, I come for thee. What, the next one? All right, so there's a rumor circulating that we are a Christian band for some reason unbeknownst to me. I don't know, maybe High Council sounds Abramohaic in some fashion. Yeah, it's some kind of I don't know. We're not. It's fine.
Old Testamentary.
Yes, there's. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's. Is that the story of the song? No, that's not the story of the song at all. But I just want to throw it out there because I heard it, and there's like a bird that told me, and he was like, "Ah, you're a Christian band," and we're like, what? Christian band. It was mocking me like that, and it was like, I got you figured out. I got a cut of your jib. Yeah. And I was like, you don't know me, bird. How dare you? Anyway, this song is the next song is this is one of our older ones. This is off our second album, Motion Denied. It is called Too Late Shall It Be Known Unto You. And this was from an earlier time in the council life where we were reflecting on how we damned Mesopotamia and it never recovered. And we wrote the song thinking about that.
Really, it has to do with the prophecy, isn't it?
Multi-talented.
Yeah, I'm not even sweating it.
Yes. And to turn back to the previous conversation, there is only one Christian band. Well, I just heard.
All right.
That's a lawsuit.
Seen my.
Yeah, this is
My life.
we're not getting paid enough to weather the storm of. Hey, let's just do this song, right? Yes. The prophecy, all what's predicted is what will be. Despite your caution, despite your plans, the future heeds not the will of man. By your deeds, you'll alter lives, but for these acts, the end arrives. No tricks, no murder, no genocide, and say the fury of a conflict circle. And so too late is known to you, and all your work would not undo. Erections in motion, long ago. The time marches on, steadfast slow. Enslave his people and kill their sons. You will destroy the chosen one. The rise of his shadows, black and blue. The wise are stronger because of you. just scripted lines. The course is run, and in the end, for will of fate, you could not bend. You spoke with your spheres when you heard the songs. The knowledge could not aid your cause. Too late, it's known to you, and all your work cannot undo. Your friends set in motion long ago. Time marches on, steadfast slow.
And now we have High Council. Hi.
Hey, hello.
Good evening.
So you guys came all the way up here from New Jersey.
Yes,
We did. That happened. Yeah.
Okay. Was it satisfying?
In as much as a car ride through
No,
New
I mean
Jersey can
being
be.
here. Was it worth the ride?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I thought you were referring to the ride. And I said, hey, look, I've driven through New
We are-
Jersey a lot of times.
We are
and,
not well known as a band, just as men who travel places.
The show is just an excuse to get some road time.
I've had many problems leaving New Jersey because it doesn't seem to want to let me out when I go there.
New Jersey is the only place where it's free to leave. If you're anywhere in the tri-state area, they let you go.
Yeah, you have to pay to get out.
Yeah, you pay to get
It's the
out.
opposite.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Free to enter.
It's free to
And
enter.
it tries to trap me into going there when I don't want to go there. It's horrible.
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's somewhat of a vortex.
I know, but yeah, the show has been great. I mean, we really love the way the sound was in the room,
Yeah.
and we had a good time
Great.
playing and performing. And
So tell us who you are and what you do in the band.
My name's Bob. I play guitar and I do some singing, and I get part songwriter. All right.
Thanks, Bob. I'm Lou. I play bass and I do some of the synth stuff sometimes when we need some synth tracks, and I write songs as well, but I do not sing.
Okay.
That's very important.
I noticed
That I do not sing.
I noticed the invisible keyboard in there.
Yes. At times in the past, the keyboard has been both present and visible and played. But At a certain point, you got to lighten the load a little bit. And I
Gotcha,
think on the
gotcha.
last album, when we got in there and we realized like we could let the backing tracks kind of do some of the heavy lifting for the live stuff, and I could kind of concentrate more on playing my parts correctly on bass. You know,
Right,
we sort of shifted to that.
I mean, he did make an effort to play bass while playing those arpeggios, which is
Yeah,
silly.
I'm not that talented, so we'll let the computer do that.
And you?
I'm Steve. I sing and I play guitar, and I like to go fast and make the noises.
All right. And you in the back?
I'm Greg, and I play drums, and basically bang on things and pretend to be a musician.
All right. And you are a Christian metal band.
Oh, get out of here.
No,
Presbyterian specifically.
There's not that there's anything wrong with that. But we are not specifically that.
yeah, no, we're not.
Well, see,
We're a metal Christian.
I saw you
switch
guys.
the word order. It's like different, you know.
I saw you guys a few months ago at the Lost Horizon opening for Anabasis, and I was really impressed, as people can tell from your performance here. And I was like, wow, those guys are really good. And you gave me 3 of the CDs, and I played some of the stuff off of them. And someone said, are they a Christian band? And I said, I don't think so. And I said, why? And it's like, well, High Council, and I don't know. It just some of the lyrics caught me as sounding kind of Christian. And I went, huh, I don't know. And so then I looked around your Facebook page, didn't see anything that told me one way or the other, and I picked up one of your CDs and I opened it to a random song, and here you are banishing the devil, and I'm going, all right, I guess they're a Christian metal band.
Well, that was more like ego-driven, really, than like Christianity-driven.
But you can understand how that being the song I opened it to.
Yeah, so clearly our next album has to have some counterpoint to it where it's just like a behemoth, worship.
I don't know if that guy Joel wants us to open up for him as he preaches to like that mega stadium. You see how many people are there?
Yeah. So he thinks you're Christian too?
Well,
Dude, he can think whatever he wants. He wants to open for him. There's so many people at that thing.
That cheddar.
And you have a very positive vibe to your music too, which you know.
yeah, well, we try to be melodic and we try to sing, which is somewhat of an eccentricity in metal these days.
Yes.
But we also look probably a little too clean as people, which we can work on that. You know.
Yeah, we can grunge up a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, that's not really our fault. You know, so
And where did the name High Council come from?
Oh,
yeah, we had many stupid names.
Yeah,
That we
Oh,
considering
yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah, we were at a party and getting smashed and trying to figure out band names. And I remember Ganon. Wasn't Ganon like up
maybe
there?
Ganon.
Ganon was up there in the
Promethean phase adept.
Promethean phase.
Yeah, that's a
adept,
magic
yes.
card, right? Or no, that was
you
a
said
rich
it sounded like a magic card. Not
Yeah.
that I know what that is.
Sure. Lou, who was speaking just then.
Yeah, we had tons of bad ideas.
Yeah, we
And
had, like,
that
you
was
know.
definitely Bob. You were like, I got the name.
Yeah.
High Council.
Yeah, like
Yeah, just
but Jungle Party was a close second.
Magma
Jungle
Crow.
Magma
Party.
Crow and Jungle Party.
Magma Crow,
We were
Jungle
gonna
Party.
be 2 different bands who were rivals with each other, and we would like go change outfits and come back up in the second set and be like, "Were they just here? Oh, we hate those guys."
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
feel-
awesome.
I feel like
play different instruments
Jungle
and-
Party would definitely probably win.
Yeah,
There's
why-
no way
yeah.
a band with that name cannot party harder than High Council.
if we'd spent 14 years doing that, we might be famous already. Whatever, that's fine. You know.
The band that's really 2 bands.
It's a novel concept, and I hope no one steals it before we do
After
it.
we've just let the cat out of the bag,
Yeah.
14-year-old
yeah,
cat.
I don't know.
It needs
It's gonna
a lot
happen. Don't worry.
It needs a lot of attention. You know,
So you-
14-year-old cat.
So you have 4 albums
Well,
or 4 releases?
we have 5. So
5,
we
okay.
have.
Who do we recognize?
So
I have 3, so I thought there was one more other than
okay.
this.
So here's the deal. We have 4 EPs and 1 album.
Okay.
That's how others have defined it, because we got signed with via Nocturna Records for the last one. It has
Okay.
6 tracks instead of 5, which was our previous record for most tracks on an album. So they're considering it an album, even though runtime-wise it is shorter than some of our EPs.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
It's hard to determine what's an EP and an album anymore.
Yeah. And then we got some reviews where people were like, we used to call them demos back in the day. Well, it's like, you know what? It's 4 songs. Call whatever you want. I don't care. So a total of 5 releases.
Okay. All right. And I remember you giving me these 3, and I said, what about that one? You guys went, you don't want that one.
Oh, did you do? Okay.
I said, yeah. Our first album. It's not that it was, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's very, very raw. We were, we were musicians starting out, and we went to a recording studio where that guy was just starting out, and what was he doing when he was recording? He was like on his phone most of the time.
He was playing emulators on his laptop.
We had to remind him.
The same machine that was
recording you? Sounds like something our friend Nathan upstairs would do.
Yeah. Well,
except Nathan makes things sound good, so it's okay.
But that's everyone's story, right? Like, no band's first release sounds like their best work,
No,
right?
no, I would hope not. I hope you don't go down.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, it's a good coaster. That album is great. It's a great coaster.
And if you flick your wrist when you throw it, and it's still in the wrap, it really hurts.
And we still have a lot of them. So. Oh, and one is online only. We released one, but we never got it pressed. So we did sort of like a free promo thing. It's not free anymore, but it was free for a long time. So if you missed that boat, I'm sorry. Show's over.
And how does the songwriting come together?
We all kind of write parts, and what we'll do is we'll bring some, someone will bring the bones of the song, and someone will have gathered feathers in the woods, and like, we can add this ridiculous thing, and then we try to smash them together, and then someone else adds the meat, and eventually we have like this homunculus of stuff.
It's a great relationship with these guys, because it's like, you write your songs, you like pull them out of the ether, and you feel like, oh, this is going to be something special, but you get to that point where it's like 70-75% of the song is done, and you're like, okay, anything else I'm writing beyond this point, I feel like I'm forcing, or it's just not right, and you got to just have the trust to bring it to your guys and just be like, this is what I got, this is where it's lacking, what do we do with it? And then they'll just come, and every time they bring something to the table that I would have never even thought of putting that together, and just become something better than you thought it was going to be. And I was just very, I wanted to say blessed, but in a non
whoa
a non-Christian blessed, just blessed
it is auspicious, like the guts of a chicken that you've splayed, arranged in a particular way that tells you a good omen.
You have a weird version of Christianity there.
Yeah,
it's Eastern.
Oh, I got you.
But we'd also be remiss if we didn't also shout out our guy that you have been going to record with, for almost all of our albums after that first one, Dino Di Domenico, Double D Studios in South Jersey. There is none other like him.
Yeah.
So he also has kind of like a producer-ish role where he'll challenge us to do.
Oh,
things
he kicks our ass.
You can say ass.
I can say he kicks our ass.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah. So he's I don't think he would be able to be on the radio as a speaker.
No, this would not work out.
Yeah,
it would turn into the Howard Stern show real quick.
Yeah. No, but he's wonderful, and he's also he played a lot in the 90s and 2000s, and so he's got a lot of experience and some good intuition, and
nice.
He'll challenge us to be like, you guys can do a vocal harmony here. You should do that. It's missing. Figure it out.
Yep.
And then we'll figure it out. And
are you guys playing 2 different rhythms in this part?
or he just shuts everything down. What are you guys doing? Why are we even here? Why are we here? Are we recording an album? What are we doing? It's like, oh.
That's the best. That's the best when he's like, I have other things to do if you're not serious.
Yeah. I could be working overtime and making money, What are we doing here?
I was going to yell at me because at the beginning of Final Entry, he's like, what is that? I was like, what? It's a polyrhythm. He's like, I don't care what you call it. What are you doing?
That's great. He was almost in Cinderella.
Oh, really?
Close.
Huh.
Yeah. He tried out.
What about lyrics? Where do those come from?
Oh. Okay. So we usually sit down and have a powwow, and it involves. It does involve a lot of drinking. And usually you can tell when the lyric's gold and it's going to stay when after we write it down or in the process of writing it down, we are just cracking up laughing.
That happens with riffs, too. Yeah. We often crack ourselves up with riffs.
And it's not that they're funny. It's just like, I don't know.
We don't know how to exist as people.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a hard time just with the whole,
So you laugh
Dealing with-
inappropriately?
dealing
Is that what
with
you're saying?
stimulus.
Yeah, and then we know when we're all like, "Oh my god," and we're just laughing. We're like, "Yep, that's the riff."
Yeah, that's it. That's
or
the one.
or the lyric,
or
whatever.
or if that the riff, I think if we can name the riff, it usually has a thing. So there's many riffs that have names.
Right.
Like Harry?
No, but if we told you what they were, you could summon them and control them for your own.
I see.
So we
I got you.
can't-
All right.
With Christian Power.
No, it's
Goblin Tog, I
Goblin
believe, was
Tog.
the name of
Goblin
one
Tog
riff.
was one of the
Goblin
good ones.
Tog,
It was like a
yes.
Christmas.
Even our
goblin.
riffs have names. So metal.
What part of Jersey are you from?
the south. The
The
south.
South. So it was a long trip up here.
Yeah. It was,
But we're doing a little tour. We did we started in Philly last night. We came up here tonight. Obviously, we're gonna cap it off with Brooklyn tomorrow night.
the Cobra Club.
The Cobra Club, and yeah, and then we'll go home. So sometimes we'll do little road guys out for a couple nights. And,
How
you
far
know.
out have you played?
Syracuse is probably the furthest.
Yeah,
out,
we
Was it?
did Syracuse. We've been down. We play down
Cent-
to Delaware a lot. We've done Maryland,
Central PA.
Central PA,
Pittsburgh.
you know.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah.
Try Quad State area, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
we try to range out a little bit further each time and
Yeah.
make some more contacts, meet some new bands, meet
Planning
some
the
new players.
Japan tour, so if anyone has any Japan contacts,
Yeah.
we would.
I
love
think we would do well in Japan.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Would you consider yourselves like melodic power metal? Would that fit
yeah.
you guys? I mean, you have a lot of technicality in there too, but
Well, I mean, I think we have a lot of like NWOBHM influences.
oh,
I
yeah,
want to make
yeah.
sure I got that. Like,
new wave of
that's-
British heavy metal, definitely.
And yeah, definitely power metal. Symphonic. I mean, I'm personally influenced by a lot of kind of like late 90s, early 2000s, like European metal, kind of like before
Okay.
it was super like came over here, like
Right.
Blind Guardian,
Right,
Nightwish,
right,
stuff
yep.
like that. Which I don't like. Blind Guardian, yes, like flagship power metal band. Some of those other bands, not quite the power metal.
More
that-
symphonic.
Right, more
Yeah.
symphonic,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And Blind
but-
Guardian got kind of symphonic over time too.
Yeah, I prefer kind of like the thrashier and like middle era stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of influence and a lot of non-metal influences as well, which I don't know if that comes through or not, but they're there. So
I like the guitar tone you had on the last song there.
Oh yeah, at the end there, we
Yeah.
kind of got spacey and breathe a little bit and
That's,
very
that's,
melodic.
that's an oldie. It's
Yeah.
an oldie, but like,
Yeah. Thank you.
it's nice.
yeah, and we're always working the old stuff too. Like we take the good stuff. We're always trying to, even if it's old and it's already been recorded, we try to just like do the best we can with it. For like update it, bring it to new audiences and stuff, and always make sure that we're doing the best we can with that.
All right, what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you playing live?
Oh yeah, this has to.
gotta
This
be,
the backyard barbecue.
Oh no! Oh my God! Dude.
Yeah.
How much time you got? we could do this all night.
All right, I could. Can I tell that story?
Yeah, you could do the
All right,
barbecue.
all right, so we got. This is when the early days. We used to have this, attitude where we'll play any place for any reason, for anyone, for any amount of money, or not. We just get an experience, right?
Right,
So, we got invited to play. I guess someone's birthday party or something through like a friend of a friend's dad or something, and like really like way back, like crazy stuff. And so there's parts of South Jersey that are basically super the middle of nowhere. You can like drive down a road and you won't see another human being for
Right.
several miles, and
Like
and-
the Pine Barrens.
yeah, just exactly the Pine Barrens. Yeah, so we were playing. We rolled up to this address, and it was like in the boondocks. Like there was all various signs of very rural living. Not no offense to any listeners that are from rural areas, but like there's like like a bloody arrow leaning up against the wall of the side of the house.
Yes.
Like no one's around. There's
So comforting things.
yeah, but definitely salt of the earth kind of.
Sure.
And there's like various lawnmowers in different stages of decay, surrounded by 8-foot tall grasses, and like
Like they just couldn't make it. Like they just gave up.
yeah,
We ain't getting through that, boys. Just leave it where it lays.
well, whatever. But yeah, this was a little different for us. But we got there and we played a show and it was fine. But in the middle of our playing, we look over to this like area where they're doing a barbecue, and there's this enormous eruption of flame. and black smoke, and it's like people are going like crazy, and like we're trying to not be distracted by it. And it turns out like what they had done is they had gotten a pig for a pig roast, like you do, right? And they, instead of getting like just a dead pig, they got like a live pig. I guess they wanted to do it themselves or something, or someone was a hunter. And the way it was explained to us was that they were going to shoot it. I'm really sorry for anyone that's out there that's got like a tender heart or whatever. They're like, oh my, what's this? Dun dun dun. They were going to shoot it, but they decided to try to kill it with a hammer. Which evidently freaked it out and it like ran into the woods. Yeah. It like broke out of its. I don't know. This is, you asked us the craziest thing. I'm telling you, you asked for this, right? I'm so sorry. All right. Anyway, so it broke out of its enclosure and ran off into the woods, and they found it the next day and brought it back, and it was already dead and partially eaten by woodland animals.
And then like jungle oil and like,
and they're like, okay, well, we'll cook it.
It's like it's got to be so good. It's only been laying for 24 hours in the pine barrens, and it's in filth and decay and being eaten.
Yeah, and so like and they had no any sensibility about how you cook a pig on open fire because they're kind of an oily animal, and they were just like a pig-shaped grease fire. Like, I was like, this is just the most ignoble end to the saddest story.
And whatever song we were currently playing.
The saddest food-related story that I could imagine. That sticks out in my mind as one of the crazy ones.
We call that one Buck's Backyard Barbecue.
Buck's Backyard Barbecue.
Hashtag that.
Yeah.
Because it was Buck.
We have a couple instances where we're still, with metal, it's hard. You get paired with a lot of hardcore bands like during shows, so we're still trying to learn the etiquette that they the proper etiquette
separates the two cultures.
Yeah, and apparently Steve broke that etiquette once.
Oh, can I please tell
you
this?
Can, please.
I'm sorry, can I please tell this? So we were playing a vintage thrift store in Central PA, and this place is actually awesome. It's called David's Outlook. They have like touring bands come through there like a lot of the time, and they really like help them out. They always pay them. But we just got put on a deathcore bill, and you heard us play. We're clearly not deathcore,
not even remotely.
But everyone there was like super cool. Like we opened the show, they watched us play, and then after that happened, like we saw what was going on. Like, okay, these kids, they're into this scene. They're like slam dancing hard. There's a couple like crowd killing guys there, but there's not many people at the show, right? So if you're crowd killing, you're really just like throwing one guy into a bookshelf because we're in a vintage store.
Yeah, or racks of coats. Or something.
Like a coat rack or like some
board. Never find the top half of that Monopoly game.
Yeah, there's some Monopoly games that definitely like bit the dust in that scenario. So we're drinking a lot, right? So we're in this, we're playing the show, we're watching the other bands. Like there's moshing going on. We're on the edge, right? We're just like edge watching at this point because we're not.
That's where the merchandise was. I think we were like directly in front of the merch table.
Right. Yeah. We're Christian power metal. We're not about to like be completely. We're not completely in this scene, right?
We're not Christian power metal.
So, but we got like some passing, like acceptance a little bit. Like Steve went in once, did some spin kicks. Like we got a little crazy for a little bit, but then Steve just foot pushed a guy. With his foot.
He was crowd killing, and I was like, no, I'm not going to use my arm. I'm going to use my leg because it's longer, and you can just go back inside.
Right. And it was so gentle.
Yeah.
But it was like, I guess, like a taboo or a faux pas. I don't know. Whatever the culture is. So the guy just starts windmilling. Like, if you've ever seen the Simpsons episode where Bart and Lisa are like windmilling into each other. So that's what happened. I was like, all right, Steve's a little drunk. I'm going to pull this guy off him. So I pull the guy off him, and that's even a bigger faux pas because as soon as that happened, the spluff hit the fan, right? So I pull the guy off. The next thing I know, dude, I'm getting punched in the head by some dude behind me, and like I barely have time to get my guard up before Bob spears him. And then the next thing I see is like 10 dudes on top of each other, like in the corner on top of the board games, and I can't find Bob. I ripped my vest off. I was like, what's going on? And like Steve's somewhere else. Like I got hit a bunch, but I'm okay. And I can't find Bob. Bob was at the bottom of the pile. Bob was at the bottom of the pile and Greg was eating pizza. And never even knew the whole thing happened. He was like, I'm getting a slice of pizza from like the microwave in the back of the vintage thrift store.
I didn't see any of this go down. I just saw like a big fracas, and I just shook my head and just these foolish hardcore kids. Having no idea that these guys were right in the
We're the
middle
foolish
of it.
hardcore kids.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there drinking and just shaking my head at it while everything goes down. I didn't have any idea until we left after the fact.
Inadvertently started a 15-person melee.
But the cool thing is, most of the people after that, they loved it. That must have been the most exciting thing. They were like, "Oh, you guys cool? You guys good? You okay?" Like when I saw you do that, I knew stuff was gonna go down, but and everyone was cool. So it's like, like we had some bruises and a good story, and we tend to not try to get on those bills anymore.
Let's hear some.
Huh?
Did you have any other fun, weird stories of things? Okay.
Yes, it's Bob's turn.
Yeah, I'll tell one. When was it? Like 2 years ago?
That was almost 2 years.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. We played like
Almost to the day.
One of our most awesome shows. It was we were opening for Ailstorm, Necrogoblicon,
Nice.
and Aether Realm was on there. And I was just having the time of my life. We played a decent show, minus a little technical hiccup, but got a great response from the crowd. We were wearing face paint. It's always a good time when you do that, but it was just so good. There were like 300 people there. There was a Voltage Lounge. It was very nice.
A medium-sized venue, and it was packed. Yeah, I think it was sold out.
And it was great, and that was a big deal for us. And like I said, great response. But I had never heard Necrogoblicon before, and I'm just hammered in the audience, and I'm just having a great time because the fans were amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting my drink on and moshing and just going nuts. Well, I see John Goblin come out. I'm like, this is great. I love this. I love everything that's going on here. I like, these guys are great. But so I'm just going nuts. And I think they took that as like, oh, this guy's a real fan. He's been following us for a while, but I didn't know any of the songs. And it comes to a point where it's like they're singing the chorus, and it's one of those ones where he's putting the mic in people's faces for whatever the hook is.
Right.
And all of a sudden, in the second time around, the mic's in my face, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. So I'm just like, yeah! I scream real loud. I get I look at the singer, and he just gives me a smile and a wink, and he just goes on to the next one. And I'm like, I don't know if that was okay or not, but I'm partying still.
That's on him though. He rolled the dice.
Yeah.
At that exact same show, I at one point came up. There's kind of the way the thing's set up. There's a stage, and off to the right behind it, there's a green room area, and then kind of adjacent to that, there's this area for gear. So I went up there to try to find something, and I turned the corner to head towards the gear area, and I turned pretty quickly, and there's this I don't know what it was. It was like some kind of a dangling cloth or a towel, and it was just this rank, awful thing. It smacked me right in the face. It was the guy from Ailstorm's kilt. He had hung it up on a pipe, like Chris Bo's kilt, and just smacked me in the face.
Oh, was he the one?
I was like, this is awful, and my name is.
Was he the one you played that game with? Do you want to mention what game you were playing?
Okay, all right. I played Magic the Gathering with Chris Bose of Ailstorm, and not that I know what that game is.
Who won? Yeah, who won?
So we played for an uncomfortably long time, without the game going in either direction, and then we were in the back room of some adjacent room to the venue, and then all the lights went out, and he's like, "All right, let's just go back to the show."
Sexy. Oh, yes.
I don't know, that story could have ended way sexier, but sorry, folks.
I didn't ask you guys, how long have you been a band?
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
2005.
Has it always been the four of you?
No, we've had some changes.
Yeah, we were having trouble nailing down a bassist for a while. They would come and go, and Greg used to be in an old band with me, and I was trying to get him on board for a while. Steve had left for a little bit, and then he came back, and then we needed a drummer, and then we finally got Greg on board. So
because Lou moved from drums to bass to fill that, since the bass role was hard to fill.
If you're following along at home, yes. I played.
So how many of you were in the original formation of the band?
Us three.
The three. Steve, Bob, and I started the band together. Greg's been drumming with us for probably 5 or 6 years now, but we've known him forever. So you know, it feels like we've been in this lineup forever.
All right. What's one of the best things that's happened to you playing live? Like best show or best moment?
When people, I know this is really like
we won second place at the
geez.
battle of the bands in Asbury Park.
It was Ben Salem,
Salem,
Pennsylvania.
Ben
Bob's
Salem.
joking.
Second place was not our best moment, Bob.
Disgusting.
Pathetic.
I mean,
they only gave us cash. And stuff.
I mean, when we get in front of people, I mean, the hardest thing, I guess, about being like, you know, a smaller time band is like getting on the wrong types of shows. When we get on the right types of shows, when we can open for someone like Ailstorm or
Unleash the Archers.
I was going to say you opened for that. That must have been great.
Raven, we did Raven, and even the show we did in Syracuse with Anabasis.
Yep.
Like they pack that place.
Yeah.
Like when we get in front of the people who like really get what we're doing and like our metal fans, we generally get a really good response. And when you know, people come up and tell us that they like us, that's like really validating. It's awesome.
I love you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's tough because I mean, we definitely did the grind for a while. Where you know, for a while, it's just like let's check this place out, and it turns out to be dead, and like we're literally playing to ourselves, like and the bartender that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But like the past couple of years, we've been really lucky, and we've been getting shows. We've been getting put on in front of people that. Afterwards, they're genuinely coming up to us and they're enjoying the music. It's like, where have you guys been? It's like, no, where have you been? But no, it's just
we're on the internet.
The consistency is awesome, and we haven't had like a I don't know, like a hollow no-show in a very, very long time, and very happy about that. Like,
cool.
We're always making a new fan somewhere.
We also I think we've also built some pretty good friendships with some bands that are kind of, you know, just a few steps ahead of us, which is nice. So, you know, we tried to start doing a thing where we'd invite bands from out of town to play us, and we set the show up, and we make sure that it's packed. You know, packed and well attended, and we make sure that they're, you know, they're on the road. We try to take care of them in different ways, and then, you know, we trade the favor, and we start building that network.
Kind
of a scene. You know?
We slept over in Abacus's house after the
Syracuse show. Yeah.
Syracuse. That was an interesting night, but an awesome night. Awesome night.
It was awesome.
Those guys were
it's very awesome.
There were one or two bands before you. Or maybe there was supposed to be two before you, and only one ended up playing. I don't remember what it was. But I remember turning to Rick going, all right, who are these guys? He's like, I'm not sure. And we're like looking at the thing going, I think it's High Council, you know? Because I was just blown away. I was like, oh my God, these guys are great.
Awesome. Yeah, like that's a thing when you get on a bill that good, and everyone there is like there for that music. It's awesome.
So, online, where are the best places for people to follow you?
Okay, so
not GeoCities or Angel Fire.
No, that was a joke. But we still do have a MySpace page.
Can you access it?
Probably. We can look at it.
On certain days, I think it's available.
Yeah, if the moon is just right in the sky. Yeah, so we're doing, I think right now we're primarily, we have a website, highcouncil.net, and that's where you can find, you know, all of our music, links to buy stuff, stream it, preview it, Bandcamp as well. We're on Facebook, and we're doing the Instagram thing now. We're kind of figuring that out, trying to learn how to take some cool pictures and get that going on. And our label, Via Nocturna, has our newest album available on there. So it's like vianocturna.com, and they also run a Bandcamp too. And there's a lot of really cool bands on that label too. So
and other merch?
Other merch is on our Bandcamp at High Council, or CD Baby, and we're available on like iTunes, Spotify, and
Tuesday nights.
And Tuesday nights.
Well, I hope I can get you guys to come back up again at some point next year.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
All right.